Okay, well, first let's get started with the cage. This is a 22-gallon Reptarium. I bought it like 3 years ago, and it's held up so far. It's made of mesh material. It's really sturdy. It's what I use for all of my adult crested geckos. So anyway, it's really simple in here. Let's see. I keep a lay box in at all times. So I'll put a hole in there with a special tool, and let me open this up. It's filled with eco earth. You want it damp, but trick is when you squeeze it, you don't want any water coming out. But it's got to be nice and damp, moist in there. So what I use for the lay box, just an old container, nothing special. When you're finding a container for a lay box, you want to make sure that it's long enough that she could go in there comfortably. So yeah, that's it. It's worked so far, so that's what I've used. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Now, you're going to want to get your crested gecko. One other thing is you're going to want to make sure that the cage is clean before you put in the crested geckos. I found that it actually stimulates breeding, you know, just everything being clean and new, and once you put your pair in there, I don't know, it just kind of stimulates them. So everything's fresh. So it puts my male in the mood. I don't know about anybody else, if anyone's had that experience. So yeah. Anyway, this is the crested gecko, that female, that I'm going to breed. This is her first time breeding. She is 35 grams. You want them at least 35 to 40 grams. If they don't have a tail, you want to subtract 5 grams. So if they're 30 grams, they would actually be 25, kind of like that. You know? So at night, usually gets 70 degrees. It's usually 75 during the day. So that's what the temperature should be, 70 degrees at night, 75 during the day to stimulate breeding. It's worked for me so far. What else? Crested gecko breeding is really very simple. They're very prolific breeders, so basically all you need is a male and female, right temperatures, and they will most likely breed. Very, very easy. The real challenge is if you have a first-time breeder, female, you especially want to keep an eye on them because they will, they're known for losing weight their first time breeding. I mean, a large amount of weight. So, I mean, it's not too big a deal. You just got to make sure that they're getting proper nutrition and they're eating right and they're healthy. Check their calcium sac. You want to make sure that their calcium sacs, the females especially, are full before you breed them, because they use that calcium for their eggs that they will produce. So, and can't really use two hands right now, but to check their calcium sacs, you want to kind of just rub their jaws on the side there. Basically, they'll bite you, and you kind of hold your finger in there, or if you don't want to use your finger, you can try a Q-tip or something just to hold their mouth open so you can see their calcium sacs. But yeah, always make sure the female's calcium sacs are nice and full before breeding. Make sure she is at least 35 to 40 grams. Make sure the male is suitable size. Males can be smaller because they reach sexual maturity a lot sooner than females. But then again, it's good to have them roughly the same size because some females are known to be aggressive towards smaller males if they can. Alright, another thing, lighting. These are just fluorescent bulbs up here. They're attached to a timer. They get 12 hours of light, 12 hours of night.